Alright guys, welcome to Flow 2, and I'm going to save this here. It's called Traveling 9 because the reference track is Traveling, and what I'm going to work on right here is the layer for the chords. I'm not going to really be concerned that you guys are watching. The whole idea is just documentation and sharing, because sharing is caring. So I turn off my group, and I gotta come over here, and if you take a look, I have already this layer happening. These are the second chords, so this is the way the chords sound, the second version by themselves. And then I have a layer happening here. It's just a 4-bar phrase, so these either are obviously looping. I'm going to turn that on. And I'm pretty satisfied with that. Let's take a quick listen to how they're doing it in Traveling. Here you see, like, I have the exact same chord arrangement as they have. They have their chords 2, their chords 1, and then this layer part. So let's give a quick listen to how it sounds as they have it. You know, you can contrast that with just the chords here. Here, that's without the layer, and then here's with the layer. So I'm going to mimic that, and I'm going to do the same thing I did up here and resample. So I need to make a new audio track and call it, oh, I guess I already did. Like I said, guys, this is not a totally blank session, so I'm just going to do the same thing. And I like it how it is, actually, with these overhangs. You see them here. It's not totally quantized to the end like you'd think. I watched a Dillinger Escape Plan bonus video with Mike Patton, and he kind of held the chords a little longer. You know, it wasn't like 1 and 2 and off like you learn in piano. It was like 1 and 2 and 3 off. You know, it was like a little extra push. So something to consider if you're trying to time your releases. So let's go ahead and just resample these layers here. We have our sampling, so that just means all I need to do is solo this track. But also what I want to do is just get those pieces. So I'm going to just chop. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. That's the first piece. I'm watching the meters here, and done. So that's the first piece, and again, I'm not so concerned with the details just yet. Now I need the second piece. Let that snap to grid. So we'll just do it from there. F9 is record arm, spacebar. I'm watching these meters, make sure they're all the way down to 0. Okay, just to get the whole sample. And let's get this. The loop is off here. Done. Okay, so now what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to stretch this back out, and I'm going to you know, obviously put these where they start and everything. we got a lot of stuff going on here, which we don't need, so let's go ahead and just collapse these. And we're focusing on this here. We wanted to parlay into this area. So, and I'm going to resample these. Obviously, I don't want all these pieces moving around. So let's go ahead and listen to what we have so far. I think it sounds great. So let's go ahead and show fades, and let's just put little little pop fades in there, just tiny ones that you can't hear. Because we want that kind of abrupt sound of the samplers, like I believe them to be using. So we don't want it all smooth and stuff, unless we do. Like we in the other video, like I showed, I carried pieces over the one piece. So that's probably gonna sound good. We'll fade on the end there. And that's, you know, it doesn't seem like it's gonna pop, but you know, it's always embarrassing when you end up with like a little pop on the end. Or in the middle of your track, you'll go, it sounds highly amateur. And sometimes I fall guilty because I listen to my stuff so quiet. So anyway, let's just solo the track and give it a listen. Hear that? There was a pop. So we could probably do a little better. Yeah, the thing is, I started this clip so that it's not going to crossfade over much. Okay, I'm pretty convinced. So let's go ahead and just resample that. So let's make a new track. Command T, chord there. Just hit resampling. That part's soloed. I don't really care about the levels. Like I know that you're supposed to do like minus 10 dB or something. But the thing is, the level's pretty close to how I want it, and when I do everything at minus 10 dB, I have to rebalance everything, and it's not worth it, because I've just been mixing these here. I'm not like bouncing out and stuff, so do it how you want, but something to consider. Oops. Resampling will record anything that's soloed, but obviously to the arm track. It's very nice and sweet. You see that it the waveform looks smaller, but that's because these are going to be summed together, and this is actually, yeah, I don't have any effects on it, but I didn't really feel like I needed it, so why it's smaller, actually, I don't know. Maybe because the track is smaller. No, I don't know. Let's just listen to it. Yeah, it does sound quieter, and I'm not sure why. Let's take a peek. So here, I like 10 decibels quieter for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why, but you know what? Utility to the rescue. Cool. But that doesn't go here, so let me put it in the right spot, and then we'll start to worry about like the stereo image, because I'm using my mix cube, I can't hear. So let me just go ahead and highlight that area, and because you see it's right here, so that stuff. Measure 161 to measure 209. Okay, and looks good. So I'll consider that basically done. Let me take a listen in stereo and hear what these chords are doing. I'm pretty sure they're mono-ish. If anything, there's some reverb, but they're mono in the recording. I know you can't hear that. I'm trying to do the guitar rig thing again, but it got totally screwed up last time, so we might be stuck with just my phone audio for these for now. But yeah, a little reverb. We already got that. I'm not going to worry about the details, the spatial effect details just yet. So as far as I'm concerned, these things are done. As far as I'm concerned, the chords are done, period. So I'm going to go ahead and just save this as, and again, hopefully this doesn't like kill Guitar Rig or whatever. If it does, then like I said, I'm just going to have to live with it. So let's just say 10, and let's just say chords arranged. Okay. Yeah. So then go ahead and save it again, and let's just. It's always good, of course, to, you know, it's not like you're taking up tons of space on your hard drive. It's good to like let yourself know where you're at. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete all these. I'm not even going to save that preset, you know. You can. I mean, this is just a chord writing. This is the chord top. Why don't we? Just so I can show you guys, because you might not know. So you can just come over here and like Command G, and then you just end up with like an instrument rack. You see, it includes an EQ. So this is like the traveling arrival chord top, and then over here is the, see how this is band limited down at the bottom, because we got the sub bass in the 808. That happens later, and we'll just do then we have those for all of posterity. And now I feel content to delete these tracks. And keep it nice and tidy. So that's my whole chord group right there. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to do was arrange the crash. So let's come back over here and listen to when their crashes are happening. So I resampled the delay. So again, sorry. yeah, there should be more crashes. I'm telling you here, my friends, that oh, you know what? Because I set the input here on Guitar Rig to -10. That's why everything's 10 decibels quieter. It's really kind of a pain in the ass using this Guitar Rig stuff. Hopefully I can it's actually like 9.99 decibels quieter. But yeah, like I mean, I want to give you guys good audio, so I'm trying to make that work. So we'll give it a shot. If not, then like I said, here we go. Let's listen to Traveling. And what I'm curious about is how they've managed their delays on the crash. Like, do they just carry? Is it sampled? I don't know. So here's the track I'm listening for. You can see this is the pattern. This is like how long the delays are, so I just want to listen to that real quick. I might have to listen to that with headphones, because like I said, if those are resampled delays in their case, then they're just going to restart. And that means they're keeping it nice and tidy. And, you know, considering that I'm learning, I want to know all these details. I don't feel that I really know enough to have much of a, you know, taste preference. And even if I did, I just want to hear what they did. So I'm going to click over to headphones. You guys aren't going to be able to hear this. Yeah, it just sounds to me like there aren't like live delays happening. You know what I mean? Otherwise they would bunch up. You know what I mean? They'd start to bunch up, wouldn't they? I think so, but they don't. And I know you can't really hear it; it's so subtle anyway. But so what that means is I need to take that into consideration when I'm like, how long can I even hear these? Almost the whole way. So let's just take this as the entire phrase. And the thing is, I'm not quite ready to resample that. Let me see if I can get some levels a little better, because and then I'll just resample the whole frickin' thing. So let's listen to what they got. Sorry, that's mine. So I'm guessing their main crash is just a tad louder. I'm not sure why. Well, mine just opened up a little bit. So I guess what I can do is just bring these down a touch. So they're -12. I don't know, let's bring them down to like, try -13 for now. I had to do some really funky stuff to make that happen in Ableton, so. Let me bring these up, because they're just louder. Okay, that level sound good, and I'm also concerned about the EQ. Like, I don't know what's going on here. We're almost at 25 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this section up, and we'll do the crash for the next one. But yeah, so you see how I resampled the layer. I deleted all the tracks now, but yeah, you see how I did my sampling in the first video. And then you see how I end up with this chord layer here. And you realize why my levels got screwed up. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is try to get these this initial crash and then all these delays like not only the correct level, but I'm going to use my little EQ sweep listening tool here, and I'm going to ensure that all my frequencies are in the right spot. Okay? I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.